Hit the table. Bouncing the video camera.
Welcome back to Solomon's Porch with your host, Jason.
And Shawn.
And we're back with another segment here on Solomon's Porch. Thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of the show this week. So I'm working on some new things on the show here using StreamYard, trying to get more creative in my attempts to produce the show. And so let me know what you think. How does it look? How does it feel? And hopefully it looks at least decentable enough to hold the attentioner's eyes or whatever.
Decent
anyway
enough.
Absolutely. So, but before we start the show this week, we do want to thank our sponsor, Worshipper. He's got a new song called Waymaker featuring Practical. So, in the description of the song, it says, God is a waymaker and a strong tower. He can do all things regarding my testimony and freedom. Expounding on that, delivered and transformed at the age of 18, Worshipper accepted the call in his life to be transitioned from a music artist to a kingdom artist. Upon this transition, Worshipper immediately noticed that there was such a huge need for the living word music that would minister to today's people. Quickly, he began his ministry of music. With his unique and multicultural background, it renders a sound of its very own. So make sure you go check that out. He's got a new project coming out called The Return. So yeah, man, Worshipper, thank you for being a sponsor of this show. Also, True Strength Apparel. Head over to truestrengthapparel.com today. Check out what Aaron Simpkins has over there and support the homie. So we have some more Spider-Man 3 news. Spider-Man No Way Home. So you remember back whenever Quicksilver on Scarlet Witch showed up? He just popped up and everyone was like, yay! Well, in this case, he's showing back up. Well, technically, it's the Quicksilver from Age of Ultron, which is not the Quicksilver from Scarlet Witch, but he is now actor who portrayed that particular one from Age of Ultron, Aaron Taylor Johnson, has been casted as Kraven on Spider-Man 3. Like, really? We're going to bring in more people from other films to play different characters in the same universe, outside the universe? Like, what in the world? And so, essentially, what happened was the people who were casting for Spider-Man No Way Home saw him and another MCU actor in a different film together that was not MCU related at all. And they were like, I think he'd be a good Kraven.
Well, and, he theoretically should have on enough other hair and stuff that, maybe you won't, he's not going to be as recognizable right off the bat. So, yeah, hopefully that'll help dispel any Quicksilver.
That's true, but I'm thinking, what director involved in the MCU hasn't been forced to watch every other MCU film to make sure stories line up?
Well, I'm forced to watch them, so yeah, I don't know why that's not.
And you're just dad,
yeah.
So anyway, I thought it was interesting. Again, multiverse is going to be all throughout Spider-Man No Way Home, and so there's no telling what we're going to see, what we're going to encounter. And I'm still excited to see it, although it seems very confusing right now.
And maybe that's just it. In that particular universe, he is Kraven instead of...
That's true.
Yeah.
Hence the multiverse of every confusing thing that exists in MCU right now.
And that just gives them license to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah. So yeah, man, let's move on. So Cara Dune?
Yeah, so we talked about Cara Dune, Gina Carano, and the fact that Disney has fired her, and then they pulled all the toys off the shelf due to Darthling Kennedy. And however, if you're a big fan and you're looking for new Cara Dune stuff, they have announced that there is going to be a Lego Cara Dune. Now, obviously, I mean, how much is Lego really representing a minifig of, Gina Carano? Whatever. But it will be the Cara Dune character. And my understanding is that it's supposed to be with the Moff Gideon ship set. I'm not even real sure exactly what all comes with it, but anyway, so she's supposed to be coming with that. So if you're a Cara Dune fan, and again, we talked about it on the show before, everything else is still pulled from the shelves, and everything else is still going for ridiculous prices on eBay. So if you want it, you're just gonna have to pay through the nose for it. Well, we're a little bit short on news this show. I was gonna say this month, but this show. So I thought we'd give just a quick rundown of some of the upcoming movies that we're most interested in, I guess. So we have Suicide Squad. That's probably the earliest show, I think. It's August 6th that's coming up. You will need to get HBO Max, or you can go to the theaters because, praise God, theaters are open again. By the way, just as a quick side note, me and my family went to go see Cruella last weekend.
Yeah.
Loved it, man. I have to tell you, if you just look at, well, it might be a little too dark for your girls, but date night sort of thing.
Right.
Oh, man, it was spectacular. We just had a great time. And if you're looking for that movie that you wanted to be special for the first movie that you go back to see in theaters since COVID, this is definitely a great movie for it. So, little 2 cents by Cruella.
Okay. I've heard it was good. I mean, I don't really care to see it, but I've heard it was really good, though.
Really? No. I think, honestly, if you're thinking that you're not going to care for it, you're going to like it more than you think you do.
Okay. I might check it out when it hits the regular Disney Plus.
Yeah. Anyway, so Suicide Squad, August 6th. Loki should be, actually, that'll be earlier. Will be June 9th.
This upcoming Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it's every Wednesday Loki's going to be. So I guess they decided to shift away from the every Friday release.
Friday to every Wednesday.
I wonder if they're trying to go more like traditional TV route. Like, hey, we're going to have some shows coming out on Monday, some Wednesday, some Friday, some particular days of the week. Once they start getting more programming going on, because right now they're doing every Friday because
Bad Batch is on Friday.
Exactly. So, but I don't know how many episodes Bad Batch is going to be. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember how many more we get that we have right now, but we still have them. So
yeah. So anyway, this Wednesday, Loki. Oh no, maybe we'll try to squeeze in a review if we can.
Yeah.
If not, just I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
So
July 9th, finally Black Widow.
I wish I was excited, man. It's been pushed for so long. It's just like, yeah, I'll see it when it comes out.
Well, and I think my only concern right now is that I wonder if they've just leaked too much stuff to try to keep us interested. That
yeah.
You're going to watch the movie and go like, yeah, I've seen it. Okay. Oh, well.
Yeah, and that's the problem when they start releasing trailers super early for movies. I'm like, and
in this case, it's not like they necessarily really released it early. They just released it, and then it just kept getting pushed. So.
Yeah.
So it's like it released crazy early.
Exactly. So
anyway, Shang-Chi, September 3rd. I'm getting a lot more excited about this film. I really am. I think that those of us that were skeptical at first are going to be very pleased. So I have high hopes. However, on the flip side of things, in November 5th, Eternals.
I don't know how I feel about it, man.
The trailer's still not really getting me yet.
No, I mean, the biggest thing they've really made a big hoo-ha about is the fact that we might see a younger version of Thanos or, some other deviants, which are products of Eternal Celestials, that whole storyline.
Right.
And so we might see young Thanos, maybe. I know Josh Brolin said he would love to come back and be a part of some more future stuff. And obviously this is going to happen before the snap of Iron Man. So I'm just excited to see if that's true. But the other thing, and this came out a while ago, they recorded a scene, and I'm sorry if you're offended by this type of discussion, but it was a scene of Brian Tyree, whatever his name is. He's a gay black man, and it's the first LGBTQIA representative kiss on a Marvel project. And so they were making a big deal about it, and there were a lot of split opinions on it.
Mm-hmm.
So the conservative black community says, "Oh, you got to make the first one a black male, huh? You want to attack our men like that more?" And then you had obviously the people in the community were like, "Yay, finally!" And so they made a huge big deal about that. So I don't know how much of that's going to be like a major, kind of thing in the film. I mean, I will say the MCU has gone 10 years without really pushing an agenda, but I do know first they leaned into the heavy, more opposite of misogynistic culture in there, and now they're going to go opposite of heterosexual content there. So, yeah, take that for what it's worth.
Okay.
And Spiderman No Way Home that we talked about, this December 17th.
It is.
Right at Christmas time. And I think they said that's only in theaters. I think.
Which it probably should be at this point in time,
Yeah.
So the only information that I can find so far for the What If series is August.
August? What if it's July?
It seems to be August.
What if it is August?
It's sometime in August.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Hawkeye.
It's still no dates on that either. We still keep getting some rumors about how Jeremy Renner's not getting along with folks, or folks aren't getting along with him, or honestly, come on, guys, this is just a handoff series anyway, so let's just hurry up and hand it off and get him out of there, and let's keep the Hawkeye character going.
Yeah.
Miss Marvel, not excited about it anyway. Still don't really have a solid date on it, so which is okay. I don't mind.
Yeah,
they said late this year. So what does late this year mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that character. It's just the fact that she idolizes herself after Brie Larson's Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
I'm not that excited about it.
Yeah.
And the ironic thing is, I don't know if it's true or not, but at one point they were saying that Brie Larson has demanded that any film that she's a part of, she is the first credit that rolls in that the credit sequence of whatever show or film she's in.
Okay.
So I'm very curious to know if in the Miss Marvel film she's going to be the first name that pops up under the credits. And if so, isn't that just selfish? Like very egotistical?
Of course it is.
So I don't know. I got a beef with her, and she don't even know me.
She's all that in two bags of potato chips. So.
Absolutely. So yeah, man, let's move on to some music news.
Music news. Hey, bands are touring. Oh my goodness. And I don't mean virtual stuff anymore. They're actually playing live shows, or able to play live shows. Some states have been doing it for a little while now, like Texas.
Yeah.
But it's becoming more and more available in states. So bands are getting around. I mean, obviously they're anxious to get back out on the road and tour, making some money. Playing live shows, and we're excited for that too. We're excited for some live shows to be coming around. Oddly enough, not really seeing much of anything in our state, but I'm sure it'll be coming soon enough. So if whatever bands you're following, whatever artists that you're following, check out their Facebook, their social media accounts, their websites, whatever, and see if they have any tour dates posted up, because they just seem to keep pouring in day after day. So
yeah, the more people that I noticed, the more that people get vaccinated, the less masks are showing up.
Yeah.
So even in Walmart, like, employees aren't forced to wear masks anymore. Restaurants, employees aren't wearing masks anymore, and some.
Right.
And so I just think that the higher the number of vaccinations that go out, the less masks we're going to be seeing, and the less procedures. Yeah, restrictions.
Restrictions. Whether on social distancing or even capacity, because I know even local AAA ball team here said that they were opening up to full capacity. So
yeah,
and
I mean, don't kiss any strangers when you give them a high five. Don't do anything like that. That's probably not safe anyway. But
really,
yeah,
oh, that's weird.
Yeah, they didn't teach you that in school.
No, actually, I was encouraged anyway. Sonia, moving along. Memphis May Fire dropped a new video for their track Blood and Water. The song itself is not a new song, but the video is brand new, and it's really pretty cool. I did like it, so check it out. It's definitely on YouTube. Seventh Day Slumber dropped a new single, What I've Become. A very thought-provoking track. We'll actually be playing it at the end of the show. I'm kind of whatever about most of Seventh Day Slumber's newer stuff, anyways. Ever since after their debut album, it seems to be just kind of your standard basic radio music stuff. And this is kind of that same sort of line, but the lyrics really stand out, and I don't know, it made a difference. So.
Yeah, man. So we also have Indie Tribe. If anybody listens to Christian hip hop, you may have heard No Big Deal. He was on Capitol's record label. He left the label, went out on his own. And their collective, the Indie Tribe Collective, have officially released their first album. And that is called Upper Hand. And that's all caps. And so you can go check that out. And DMX, rest in peace, D. They released a new album called Exodus. And it's not that good. Lots of people were very disappointed. I know, obviously the label is trying to, Def Jam's trying to make some money off DMX since he passed away. And usually albums sell more once a person passes away than their albums did when they were alive. So a lot of people see this as a money hungry grab. And, I don't know if it was necessarily a way to honor him. Now, I'd say the name of the album sounds like they were trying to honor X because, he had his exodus out of this world. He was a very biblical man in a lot of his beliefs, even though it didn't always come across in his music, at least not on all of his music. But some tracks he was very, very, very Christ explicit on, especially Lord Give Me a Sign and a few other tracks. But it just sounded like his vocals were just very sloppy, and the beats were kind of terrible. And there were a lot of like ad libs and background noises that the producer did that just really didn't work at all. And I was just like, I agreed with everybody that was complaining about it because I hadn't heard it until a couple of days ago because I wanted to kind of wait and see what everybody else said. Because I wasn't even sure if I wanted to listen to it. I was like, I don't know if I want. It was almost like let your lasting memory be a good memory, or last memory be a good memory of somebody. Right. So you always leave people's presence in a positive light, and you don't go to bed angry, stuff like that. I was like, I don't know if I want this last thing from DMX to be a horrible experience, and unfortunately, it was. So if you're a DMX fan and you hadn't heard it yet, don't bother listening to it. The features were okay. It was interesting to hear a track with Jay-Z and Nas on it because they had beef a lot back in the day. So hearing them on the same track was pretty cool. But I mean, other than that, it wasn't good at all. So I apologize, folks, if you disagree with me, but that's the way I feel. That's it for the news and reviews section for the show this week. We will be back soon with another segment. Please stay tuned.